No flinches. No flinches. No flinches. What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today, we are here for week number 5 of the UBL against Vepsis and his Helsinki Hydreigans, who is currently undefeated. If you guys want to skip the team builder, there's a timestamp on the screen and in the description, but let's go ahead and jump into it. He has a ridiculous team. Koko, Victini, Hydreigon, the namesake Hydreigon, Sandforce, Landorus, and then a couple of really good support Pokemon that can also do myriad of different things. Metagross, Roserade, Frostlass, all of them are super annoying. There's a Shell Smasher, there's a broken Pokemon like Clawitzer. Tone would love that I said that. But in general, this is a very scary team that we're hoping can take home, well, we're hoping that we can take home the W against it. That's the plan. But let's go ahead and jump into it. What are we bringing to this week's battle? Starting off with our first mon, I noticed that Banded Crawdont goes in. Crawdont is insane here. Adaptability, Choice Band, Aqua Jet is going to be one of my win conditions, especially because if we can weaken down something like the Roserade or get rid of it, or if it doesn't come. And same thing with the Hydreigon. Those are only 2 resists outside of, I think it's Clawitzer, which I should be able to wear down over the course of the game, to Aqua Jet. So it would put me in a really good position. That's all I want to say. Band is not necessarily the best item to have. Mystic Water might be better, but I felt like having the extra power from Band was just way too important to give up. So we're going to be sticking with the Choice Band on the Crawdont. The investment we have in the speed is allowing me to have speed for 12 speed Clawitzer. It also allows me to, well, let's try this again. With the Choice Band, I OHKO or 2KO any attack, any Pokemon with knockoff or liquidation outside of like physically defensive Hydreigon specifically. And we also Switcheroo as like a backup in case I want to get rid of my Band and take something else, like maybe, I don't know, Boots from Victini or a Pacho Berry. Maybe I expect to switch and he doesn't. That's a bad example, but you know what I'm trying to say. I want to get the Switcheroo off to get rid of whatever item that I have so that my opponent doesn't have the good items and has something like a Band on his special or defensive Hydreigon or a Band on his Roserade or whatever it's going to be, or even the Clawitzer. So yeah, moving on to our next one, it is going to be Ben & Jerry, our Vanillix with the Choice Scarf this week, Blizzard, Freeze Dry, Aurora Veil, and Water Pulse. Pretty much the same 4 moves every time we run it. Honestly, don't really see a means for, or a reason to change. We have speed on this set so that at neutral we outspeed a max speed Clawitzer. That's with our Scarf, and with our Scarf we have speed for max speed modest Koko. Yes, I could go for max speed timid Koko. I don't expect that to come. And this also is, in case he's creeping a modest Koko, this still will outspeed that, which is awesome. Blizzard hits this team for really good damage. The only resists are going to be the Victini, the Metagross, and then the, well, there's 2 more. There's the Frostlass and the Clawitzer. I expect Frostlass to, well, drop to 2 of them. I expect Clawitzer to drop to basically 2 or 3 of them. I also expect it to be physically defensive, not specially defensive, or just a regular offensive set. Victini is annoying, but I do plan to have a Brox. I have Water Pulse for that. Metagross is a problem, but I have switch-ins for it, so I'm not too concerned about it at all. Moving on to our next mon, it is going to be Pineapple or Garchomp. Now this set is really good unless he brings specifically a, what is it called? A Air Balloon Koko. That's really it, because this set only has stab options, and it's good, but it can also be really bad. And the good thing is I can sub up pretty freely against a lot of things. Maybe potentially Metagross switches out all the time into something probably going to be Landorus, maybe even Koko, depending. If Koko I can confirm is not Air Balloon, then I'm in a really good spot with this set, especially like at the Scale Shot boost and even a Swords Dance boost. It's going to be really hard for him to lose or to beat this set with our Garchomp here. And we do have speed at neutral for the Landorus, so at +1 we will outspeed a Scarf Landorus, which is awesome. And we just forced out so many different things, so that's really important. And the good news is we only need Scale Shot for 2 Pokemon, the Hydra and the Landorus. Everything else is resistant or neutral, or yeah, neutral or super effective to Earthquake, which is massive for us. Our next mon is going to be Pitmaster or Rapidash making a return. This set is going to be offensive again. We were running Light Orb, now we're going with heavy duty boots with Flare Blitz, Play Rough, High Horsepower, and Flame Charge. Honestly, the first 3 moves I mentioned are really good. The only thing it doesn't hit for amazing damage is specifically Clawitzer. That's it. Everything else is taking like super effective outside of, I think it's just going to be Landorus and Greedent. Everything else takes super effective. No, Landorus, Greedent, and Clawitzer, excuse me. So they're really, he's gonna have a hard time switching into this Pokemon, and that's kind of the plan I want to have. I want to weaken his team for my Garchomp. We are running Boots because with the Boots up, we take Modest Thunderbolt from Koko in Terrain, which is important. I don't take it after Rocks, so I kind of want to have that ability to do so. Flash Fire is also huge for the Victini. It makes him think twice about clicking Fire moves against my team because I get the Flash Fire boost. And oh my god, Flare Blitz is going to be hitting like a truck. We also outspeed everything on his team except for Frostlass, which still do like nothing back to me and can't burn me, and the Koko, which I can live any one hit from. So that's pretty important here. I think it's a good set, and we have Flame Charge for the boost in speed, which can be absolutely game-winning in the right situation. Our next mon is going to be Archimedes, our Galar Slowking. This Pokemon is solid. It's a good Pokemon here. There's some weaknesses, that's for sure. There's physical Landorus I think is going to be coming. I think Hydreigon can definitely be physical, but even if it's special, it can overwhelm me and has Nasty Plot. It's just an annoying Pokemon in general. Victini's going to break through me, but I kind of have to bring it. I just feel like without Galar Slowking, this team lacks a reliable pivot that just can take multiple hits from multiple different things, and that's really kind of the game plan here. Also, Clefable just felt a little underwhelming. I know there's a Hydreigon, I know there's, like, I guess, what else is there? A Koko, but Slowking does a better job against Koko, and Clefable loses to Metagross and Roserade pretty hard, so I felt this was a better option. We are going Assault Vest, it's just my best course of action here over something like a Colbur Berry. We do have enough investment in my defense so that we can take a Scarf Jolly Landorus' Earthquake from full, and we also take a Banded Victini's V-Create on top of that. The rest is my special defense to take multiple hits from multiple different things. Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, hit everything on the team for super effective damage outside of the water types and the Throw and the Greedent. And honestly, I don't expect Throw, I don't expect Greedent. If they do come, I'm prepared. Clodser, annoying. Barbaracle, with Shell Snatch, even more annoying, so I have to go with Grass Knot for that thing specifically. It's basically the reason why I'm running Grass Knot, honestly. Our next mon is going to be Durian, our Ferrothorn. This Pokemon is pretty important because I want to get up my rocks. Rocks are important in this matchup. Leech Seed is annoying as hell, especially if we're going to see potentially a Flame Charge Victini, a Weakness Policy, Agility Metagross, or a Cosmic Power Metagross. Even going to be Tapu Koko being a really annoying set with like Iron Defense. Leech Seed is nice for me to have there and keeps me healthy, which is important because this Pokemon needs to be healthy. The investment we have on it allows me to take a Scarf Hydreigon's Flamethrower. Helmet there is for a bit of extra chip on the Pokemon that are going to be going for U-turn. And there's the big four, the big five, let's call it that, because I expect the first five to come. The Koko, Victini, Hydreigon, Landorus, and Metagross, I expect all of them to come. They've come to every single mock except for I think one of them, which Landorus did not show up. But either way, those big five, they'll have U-turn or they have stabs that are resisted by my Ferrothorn. So I'm hoping that I can get some like 35% chip off on those things. It'd be huge to put them in range of my Crawdont. But yeah, the rest I put into my defense. Physically, defense invested is the way to go. Knockoff is great. Gyro Ball is big damage against everything, and that's really going to be it. That is our team for this week's battle. We're going to be having people cast us again. It's going to be OGALBINA and Ultra Player 12, so make sure to check them out. Their links are down in the description. Let's do it. It's time to battle.
We are here for the game. It looks like Matt is getting connected with Vepsis. My name is Josh Ultra Player. How are you doing today? And I am joined today by
OGALBINA. How's it going, guys? We have a pretty interesting matchup here today with Matt versus Vepsis. We can see the 6 that Vepsis ended up bringing in Metagross, Landorus, Incarnate, Koko, Frostlass, Victini, and Hydreigon. Let me write that down really quick.
It's very interesting to see Vepsis running this kind of team, considering what kind of builder and player he normally is. You can see the team that Matt has brought with his Crawdont, his Glowking, his Vanillix, Garchomp, Rapidash, and the Ferrothorn.
Yeah, I do think that that Crawdont endgame is definitely there. It really doesn't have great switch-ins overall. Something I will say that I did notice from Matt's team is that Hydra could potentially be a big issue. Now, it really does kind of come down to what kind of Hydra Vepsis ends up bringing, because remember, Matt does have a Clefable on his roster. He elected not to bring it. However, Vepsis obviously still has to account for that. But being that it's not here, there's not great counterplay to the Hydra overall. So I'm really interested to see what set Vepsis end up bringing, or how it'll dictate how he plays it now that there is no class.
I'm really excited to see what's going to be the better low-tier ice type, because I mean, I'm a big Frostlass fan. So like, sorry Matt, but Vepsis kind of has my vote just a little bit, just because he's got some of my favorite Pokemon.
And speaking of the Frostlass, the spikes look great. If it does end up being a spiking variant, the spikes look great against Matt's team. It could be very, very annoying. We do see a Koko lead here.
Wait, isn't that Boruto? Vepsis, are you a weeb?
He might be.
Denki's
well, uses
yeah, no, that's
Ball
definitely from
background.
Boruto, because Denki uses lightning style. You're a fucking weeb.
Well, we see Matt click the rocks here. Very, very pretty simple play. However, we could see a taunt come out from the Tapu Koko. I was expecting potentially a Nature's Madness, but taunt's definitely a good bring on Vepsis' end right here. Really spreading those rocks and being able to grab himself some momentum in this.
That's the only really thing he can do, because it's not like Koko's ever going to touch this thing.
Oh, 100%. It's either Taunt or Madness. This does give a pretty free knock to Matt, though, which is always really, really nice in this early game scenario. He will be able to catch something on Vepsis' team. And to be completely honest, nothing really wants to take that knockoff on this team. There's not really a great knockoff absorber on Vepsis' side.
We do see the Volt Switch, too. Look at you. He is afraid. He was afraid of the double rough skin Rocky Helmet combo of
sure.
Pharaoh. He's scared. He does not like taking damage. I can't believe Vepsis is gonna somehow like have this like bulky kind of style with the team that he has.
We do see the Victini come in. This is a huge knockoff for Matt. Guaranteed also putting in range of that Rapidash later on, which is really nice. It is banded as well, which really does help because, I mean, if you look at Matt's team, he's a pretty offensive Garchomp. He doesn't have great banded teeny switching, so that's obviously great for him. He does have the fire immunity in the Rapidash, which does exert some pretty decent pressure in this game as well. If you look at the team that Vepsis end up bringing, his entire team gets hit super effectively by its coverage moves, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, something definitely to keep in mind.
Hey, by the way, I'm completely wrong. It's Denki from My Hero Academia.
Oh, there you go. It's one of the punchy punch animes.
It's one of the fight animes, naturally. No, of course, I would not expect... Oh!
We see a baton pass come out from the Victini as Matt elects to stay in right here. Essentially sacking off or calling out a U-turn.
Okay, I didn't even know it got baton pass.
I honestly didn't as well. So that's another instance. You kind of brought it up a little bit earlier in Vepsis really being afraid of potentially taking that rough skin helmet, especially in a matchup where he's playing Garchomp and he brought a physically based Victini. He could really be scared of a rough skin helmet variant of that type of Pokemon. So we're going to see a double knock come out right here, potentially removing boots. As we see the Shuka Berry go away.
Okay, so that's why he's also
for
Volt Switch.
Garchomp.
That's also why he's Volt Switch instead of U-turn. Because he doesn't need to worry about taking the hit. Taunt,
We're going to see another taunt right here.
Roost. It has to be Dazzling Gleam last move.
Oh yeah, for sure. We are going to see a Gyro Ball come out from this Ferrothorn, putting in an unbelievable amount of work right now.
God.
This Coco is basically gone at this point, which is really nice.
That is not a bulky Coco. I really thought that was going to be a fat Coco. That is so offensive.
Oh, 100%. I will say, I do think that the Coco being chipped down too also does, and especially losing its Shuka Berry, really does help in a Garchomp endgame, because not that obviously you're able to take on that ground stab very well, but he doesn't have a deterrent for him clicking Scale Shot really at this point, besides maybe a Shuka Metagross. We see another knockoff come out from Matt, which is phenomenal. Really chipping down this Victini. So this Ferrothorn is putting in absolute overtime as he is going to elect to switch out right here. Probably conditioning Vepsis into kind of being forced to click a fire move at this point. So
Bro, I'd be so mad. I'd be so...
Oh, 100%.
Like, God, Matt does this. Matt did this to me.
We get the Flash Fire, and now Matt clicks Flare Blitz, and there's absolutely nothing that Vepsis can really do about it.
Bro, I'd be so mad. He did this to me before. He just stayed in versus threats over and over.
Hey, he grabbed the early momentum that he needed to grab, I will say. He has, just for about 40% off on his Ferrothorn, he has the Victini and the Coco at about 25-30%. And I think that's more than you can ask from Ferrothorn.
And they're both their items are gone too.
Yeah, so really good play early by Matt, really grabbing great offensive momentum, putting himself in a phenomenal spot. He realistically can just click Flare Blitz right here. High horsepower is definitely an option. I don't know if Flame Charge will kill, though, so I'm very interested to see if he clicks this. I don't think he needs to at this point. I think
I get why
just clicking a button claiming a kill. We do see a Flame Charge come out. This Victini is not going to go down right here. He will be able to potentially get up to +2. The only issue is he is going to lack an ability to Oko something like
He'll live,
Landorus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Down to 58%, which really does kind of lower the viability of this. If it was at full, it could have potentially taken a hit from like a Scarf Hydreigon, or something of that sort. It could have taken a hit from a Frostlass a little bit better. It's probably in Shadow Ball or Poltergeist range at this point now.
He's going to +2, so he's going to be fine to outspeed. I like Flame Charge anyway to play, because if he went into Hydra, if Flame Charge plus... Flame Charge will make him faster than Scarf Hydra, but also put it in range to play rough.
We do see Victini go down as the first KO of the game. Big threat to Matt's team. Gone right off the bat, which is great. Especially helps when your bulky water in the matchup is a Crawdon. So not having to worry about switching into V-Create is really nice from Matt, especially with a potential Garchomp endgame. You don't want to let that thing get chipped or get caught by a stray Glaciate, because even if it is physically based, even if it's minus special attack, Glaciate's not going to feel nice. And obviously he'll outspeed Jack.
I love when my bulky water's Crawdon. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yo, no, you know what's a better bulky water? Yo, where's my rough skin Rocky Helmet Max Defense Sharpedo? Let's go!
There we go. It still probably dies to that banded U-turn, unfortunately. Both of those
it definitely
guys,
dies to banded U-turn, but it takes a V-Create. That's all that matters.
That's true. We just need to
Boomy!
Also, another thing that does is it eliminates one of the 2 ice resists on this team for that Vanillux, which is great. Now, we see the Landers come in. Realistically, Matt's play is to probably click Flare Blitz right here just to get some guaranteed damage off of this, because this is another Pokemon he does not have great pivots into at this point in time in the game. Especially if it's a physical variant, being that this is, I believe, Sandforce, right?
Yes, it's definitely Sandforce. Otherwise,
I'm
then
pretty sure they banned
I
Cheerforce.
I have a lot of things to say about the APA. Letting not only let it be allowed, but also letting it fall to round 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that did a lot of
this
damage.
Is UBL, I think. A whole 90%. Again, great trades on Matt's end. He does lose his Rapidash, but
Told you to run Charcoal, Matt. That would have died. Blech.
True, 100%. I wonder if the Victini would have died to the flame charge as well. But we do see the Landorus knock out the Rapidash. But again, Matt's in a phenomenal position right now. He's lost a Pokemon, but so is Vepsis, and obviously two of his bigger threats offensively are very, very low. Well, I guess Coco isn't the biggest threat offensively when you have Glow King sitting in the back. However, very annoying nuisance of a Pokemon is down at 25-30%. Lost its items, so if rocks end up going up, it really only has 1 or 2 more switch-ins depending on what exact HP number it's at. And then same thing with this Landorus. So Matt's in a really, really good position to start off this game for sure.
You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that Metagross might be some kind of win con just based on the way that he's like not bringing it in on Pharaoh, because he could have hammer armed that and done a lot of damage. I'm starting to think that could be like, I wonder if that's Iron
Or
Defense
rocks.
Yeah, that could be rocks. I was thinking like it could be like Lando could be rocks. And
No, what I'm
Metagross
saying is
could
the Landorus, I mean the Metagross might not be rocks. You can set up rocks pretty freely on the
Oh, true. I was just thinking because like,
Metagross.
what if it's Iron Defense Body Press like filler for Glow King? That would be really, really bad. Like if that goes off, like that would be really bad for Matt, because Matt can't really break that from a special size. Glow King doesn't do enough to it. He would have to immediately go Daunt and pray that he's faster.
And the thing is, I don't know if he is EV'd to be faster. I believe he was creeping 12 speed Clawitzer.
Oh, which okay, so zero is like no speed. Oh, he's actually
so if that is a body pressing Metagross, it does just kind of beat a good majority of this team at this point. We see a very aggressive Coco switch from Vepsis. Honestly, a very
Jesse
solid
504. Is this your ground resist? Jesse, hello.
Good sub play by Matt, though. Able to get off that big sub, thinking that, you know, he may scout for that scale shot, which is definitely a fair play, and honestly a very good play by Vepsis to not let that thing get the speed boost, because he does not have good counterplay to this Garchomp if it does end up being scale shot, because I'm assuming the way he's playing him in the back right now, he may be a Scarfy Dragon, and if he doesn't, if he allows this Garchomp to obviously get the +1, it's not going to be able to outspeed it. So that's very, very big on Vepsis' part. Very good play, but also a very good middle ground by Matt going for the sub, realizing that the Landorus probably isn't staying in and letting itself go down. So we are going to see the Coco go down in order to break the sub with a Dazzling Beam right here. So pretty solid turn overall by both players, but Matt obviously comes out in a little bit better of a position via him just being in a better position overall right now.
This has to be a Metagross endgame in my opinion. Like Scarf Hydra could be a thing too, but like
we'll see. We'll see probably a Frostlass come out right here because there's no Ice Resist on the team. Yeah, and if he is Scarf Hydra, I don't think he wants to reveal that immediately. Now, it's a matter of this is physical Frostlass or special. I could definitely see a physical in this matchup, being that there is a Glow King. And if it is, and it clicks Triple Axe right here, your Frostlass is half dead. So that's something very, very interesting. Even more than half.
I think
dead,
it's gonna be special for that reason.
Helmet.
Like he's very clearly shown that he's afraid of Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet combos. It's either gonna be pads, Triple Axle, or it's gonna be special. Yeah,
no, that's definitely fair. It could even be like a Specs variant as well, because Specs will still 2 at KO. Glow King.
Oh, this is a Black Clover reference.
And there is...
Oh my god.
So we do see a Triple Axle. Are we going to see pads? We are
not.
Oh my god, Frostlass is going to take a ridiculous amount of damage. And it's not even going to be able to knock out this Ferrothorn unless my head calcs are wrong.
No, it's not going to. It's gonna have to Poltergeist to kill it.
So he has to click it again or click Poltergeist. But that's a phenomenal turn for Matt here. Oh yeah, he has to. As we're going to see the Rocky Helmet basically take off 90... Is it 93% or something like that when you take Ruskin Helmet for 3 turns? Goodness gracious. That's a ton of damage.
It's 28
90
times 3, so it's 84. He's at 16%-ish. A little bit less than 16 because of like the decimals, but he's around like 15%. Okay.
He's very free knock. We see another Triple Axle and down goes the Frostlass.
That makes me think that it's like...
Wait, Matt should have rocks. I'm just realizing, I think Matt's realizing it as well. He should have rocked on that turn. He dies to a Poltergeist, and Axel obviously kills off the Frostlass. And getting up your rocks there, I think, is a little bit more valuable. Unless I'm missing a turn where he already set up his rocks.
I think if I were him, I would probably be expecting a taunt. So I understand why he clicked rocks. Or didn't click rocks.
That's fair, but then the next turn, I think you're in the same position where you get that free knock.
That's fair.
And your Ferrothorn probably isn't getting another opportunity to set up rocks. We see the landers come out. Matt's play here is to probably gyro ball potentially to prevent any kind of setup, in my opinion. I don't think he gains too much.
Gyro?
What now?
Gyro?
Gyro.
No.
Euroball? Euroball?
Gyro, not gyro. It's not a guy. It's not. Ferrothorn. Is Ferrothorn a guy? No, Ferrothorn is a girl. It's not.
Ferrothorn is going to go down to Earthquake.
Yeah, the female.
And did not click Euroball, unfortunately.
Euroball, you get on my nerves.
But we're gonna see it go down. But Matt gets a little bit of switch initiative right here, able to go into a big threat potentially. I like the Garchomp play because if he goes Vanillix and revenges one, he reveals he's Scarf. Doesn't know if this thing's Scarf as well. Garchomp takes a Scarf Earthquake, but also it lets in the Metagross, and like you said, Metagross is really scary at this point in the game. Even if it's not like an Iron Defense Body Press set.
Coco is in fact dead.
Yeah, so he gets a free Scale Shot here.
Oh, Frostless
like
went down. This
could potentially be endgame if this isn't Shook a Metagross. Metagross actually will not die from full, but it does prevent that scary endgame you were talking about.
Yeah.
That Body Press endgame, because he can just spam Earthquake.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with. I understand now why. What's his name?
You see a Scale Shot, and we see a miss, which is huge. An Earthquake comes off, but the only thing is, I don't think this will kill. No, it doesn't. The only thing that terrifies me and is really bad for Matt, and I can see the frustration in his face, which is 100% fair because that Metagross, if it has Bullet Punch when it comes in, this -1 Garchomp is likely in range of that. Because obviously it'll be -1 after Scale Shot. So that really does suck. We are going to see the Scale Shot pop this time, which is nice. But that's a really unfortunate turn for Matt if it does end up being Bullet Punch Metagross. Because he would have just cleaned up this game pretty much right now. Or had to get, he would also have to get, I think, 3 or more hits probably on the Hydreigon with Scale Shot. But still, that's phenomenal.
Shout out to Garchomp, this amazing Pokemon that everyone likes to hype up. Can't even hit a move. Told y'all, Garchomp is trash!
Well, that's an opinion from my co-host today. Will I say it's a good one? Probably not. We do see the Hydreigon come out, telling you that it's definitely not a Shook a Metagross and probably not Bullet Punch, which again makes this endgame very, very scary. We are going to see a Scale Shot come out. If he gets the right amount of hits, he will be in a good spot. It looks like it is 3 like I thought. Oh, no, that's a crit. Okay, we're going to see 2 hits. So he needs 4, actually. He only gets 2, which is really unfortunate. What's Vepsis going to click right here is the next question. Dark Pulse, and down goes the Garchomp. Really, really unfortunate turn of events for Matt there.
See, a non-bad Pokemon would have hit him more times.
Josh with indisputable facts that are 100% true. Now, this is a really scary position for Matt. Matt was in such a phenomenal position before that turn of events. Right here, he's in a really tough position, right?
Because I would also go Gloking, because Gloking's so fat, I guarantee this takes like 2 if it's Scarf.
100%. No, I agree. Even if it's Specs, you'll take a hit. And what this does is it puts you in the least awful position versus a Metagross. The least awful position.
If it's Scarf, though, that's really, really scary, because he could potentially, like, flinch down. Oh!
We are going to see a hard Metagross play right here, saving that Hydra in the back, which makes me, again, think it's either Scarf. Probably Scarf in this matchup, which could be really, really terrifying. We're going to see an Ice Beam. Will Matt gets a Revenge Freeze right here? Let's see it. We do not. That is forcing into a Shadow Ball right here.
First of all, you scared me there with that. I shuddered. Here in the
Revenge Freeze. You just went and, like, hit under your covers a little bit.
Yes, I did.
We're going to see an Earthquake from the Metagross. This is pretty physically defensive Slowking, so it will definitely chew this hit up. Good to see that it is not body pressed. However, will we see that Diet Tight Slayer weakness policy item come out right here? That does absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
That is Assault Vest.
I like how Vepsis saw Glowking and said, "Oh yes, of course, the Dark Resist." And switched out.
Yeah. So I definitely. Ooh, this is a bit of a tough position right here. He is going to sack off the Glober right here. I was thinking potentially what he could do is sack off that Vanillix, but I guess he doesn't know if it's Scarf Hydra. It'd be great to have something outspeed that. And I don't know if he'll be able to regen up if it's like a Specs variant. And Crawdaunt should live a Thunder Punch or a Hammer Arm from this health. And Knockoff will definitely knock out the Hydra in this range, in my opinion. Or you can go hard into the...
healthy. That's so healthy.
Oh wait, is the Hydra's at full? Oh, the Hydra's at full, huh? No, it's at...
No. I meant the Metagross. I was just like, man, I was thinking of Aqua Jet at first, but this is scary. This is such a scary endgame.
Yeah, very, very scary endgame. You can see it's definitely Matt's definitely nervous in his own right. Yeah.
I might if he had superpower here, like it was a really good play. I also think like Crafter
close combat
play here.
Close combat this gen too.
All right, even better.
So we will see Knockoff.
You are so scary. This is such a scary mon.
This is definitely a very precarious situation right here. We are going to see a Thunder Punch come out, provided this Cardon lives and does not get parried into full parried. We do see the parry. Will we see a full parry?
No.
He does get it off. That's
no Colbur?
huge. No Colbur. Definitely Assault Vest. Based on that damage.
I watched Matt's heart sink.
Oh, I have
straight
goosebumps right now. That was terrifying. We do see it was AV, which makes sense with how little it took from that Shadow Ball. And right here,
it's gonna come down to a flinch if it's Scarf Hydra. If it's not Scarf Hydra, the game's over. But wait, does he have Ice Shard?
No, he is. I believe he's Veil last slot. Yeah,
this
he's
is why
Blizzard
you
Freeze
bring
Drive,
Ice
Veil,
Shard.
Water Pulse.
You bring Ice Shard. People, bring Ice Shard on your Vanillux. It doesn't do a lot, but it could save your
Matt
ass.
is actually making the pivot out. I don't know if I agree with this play.
If you had Ice Shard, no.
I don't know if I agree with this play. I think that if he's Scarf Hydra,
no. I agree with it.
This puts him in a position to lose the game.
What if it's like Nasty Plot Sal, like I think is what he's thinking. I think he thinks he has to make this play, but I still don't like this play. I still don't like it unless he lists 2 Dark Pulses.
See, we're going to see a Dark Pulse come out. We are going to see that it does take 2, which is very good to know. And the Hail Chip will potentially put this in range of an Aqua Jet, depending.
Yeah, he's going for...
So
he's going for Aqua Jet range, I think.
We do see that it is a Scarf Hydra. Now let's see, does he get the flinch? 17 HP and he gets the flinch.
No! No, hold on. It's fine. That should be Aqua Jet range. After one more thing of Hail, that has to be Aqua Jet range. That is a banded freaking Crawdon. It's banded, it has to.
We're going to see another Dark Pulse come out.
It has to.
Will our hero MattOshea be able to fight through the hack today? We will see. It'll come down to a 1-0 win for either player. The Hydreigon, it looks like it's at about 20%. It's a matter of not only is this thing in range, which I do believe it's in range, like you said, but it's a matter of this thing breaks through the paralysis, which was equally as frustrating probably for Mr. Matt. We are going to see the Aqua Jet come out right here, and will he break through? Ladies and gentlemen, we see the Aqua Jet come out. It does go through.
It's dead. I don't care.
And down goes the Hydreigon.
That was dead. I don't care what anyone has to say. That was the deadest Hydreigon I've ever seen.
Oh, no, for sure. It's just a matter of that going through Para after all that happened. An absolute nail-biter between Matt and Vepsis. Goodness gracious, what a game.
That was intense. I'm scared. My heart's beating.
Oh, I stood up. I was scared I was going to unplug my mic. That was absolutely a phenomenal end game there. So very good game to both opponents. Very close one.
That was a great game. I'm so glad I was here for that. That was such
100%.
an intense game.
Oh, for real. Oh, 100%. So very good stuff by both Matt and Vepsis.
All right, you guys got any questions for a post-game interview?
How do you feel?
I'm.
How do you feel?
Oh my god, I'm
Do you have
fuming.
a blood pressure monitor in your room? I think we should.
I'm so mad.
Maybe check that.
If I got fully paralyzed there, oh my god.
That might be the end of MattOshea content forever. I think you just crawl into a cave and never come out ever again.
Pretty much.
I would not
I will
blame
say,
him.
I gotta ask, why did you go Vanillux? Because even your odds are in your favor to go for the Dark Pulse flinches rather than go for the Para.
So the reason I went to Vanillux was because I was expecting to go for a Roost. I was expecting defensive.
Didn't account for Scarf.
Even still,
I was not expecting Scarf based on the damage.
Even still, I wouldn't have done that. Like, you outspeed him, don't you?
No.
Like, you outspeed him if he roosts. If you roost.
Well, but you're locked into knock.
Right.
He wouldn't kill you. If he's you'd be locked on knock, you'd knock off his item, and then even if he's Yachi, he doesn't kill you very clearly. Dark Pulse did that much.
I guess,
Fire Blast would be his strongest move.
Well, it depends on what his investment is. If his investment was like very high HP, a good amount of special defense, he could actually take the Blizzard. So that's something. And then all it takes is the wrong para turn for me to just lose. So yeah. Honestly, it was a tough game. I felt like from the beginning I played it very well. I played really well against the Victini. Getting rid of that was great. Getting the triple axle was awesome on my Ferrothorn. But I probably should have calculated. Maybe it could have been Scarf. It could have been banded on the Frostlass. So going for rocks there was the play. I just felt like if in the event he switches out into something, I want to punish it. That was my mindset because I didn't think he was going to keep it around Frostlass. I thought he was going to keep it around. But
right.
In general,
I was surprised that it was physical.
Same here.
He made it very clear. Made it very clear he was not about the rough skin Rocky helmet.
Right.
Pass Victini, Volt Switch Coco. He was Shuka as well, which definitely helps with that. But yeah, we said that before because the thing with Frost Ice is it actually on paper matched up very well versus you, but and it's a special variant's going to struggle breaking through an AV Glow King, which you're definitely going to be in a matchup against things like Coco, things like that, against a special Victini. Really does help you out a ton in that regards. But then if he's physical, he really runs the risk of taking a lot of damage against that Ferrothorn and just not really breaking through that physically defensive Ferrothorn very well. So it was a pretty tough decision for us to bring both. I definitely see why he was physical. Josh mentioned potentially him being pads, but Bandit actually definitely made sense too. You didn't have a great Ghost Resist.
Not at all. I mean, the reason I went into Ferrothorn was because it could take 2 Ice Beams, and if it was physical, it has to go for a triple axle. I mean, I don't think it's going to be Icy Wind or anything like that, or Icy Shard against the Garchomp. So I felt like that was the safest play to keep Garchomp alive. And honestly, Vepsis was saying in the chat just now, he's saying like your diff should have been higher. If I landed the first scale shot, I think I just swept. I don't think there's anything he could have done to win the game at that point, because if he Scarf Garchomp or Scarf Hydra, he went for Dark Pulse. He maybe locked himself into Dragon Pulse. Who knows? But I felt really good about my chance of getting a really high diff
also
there.
definitely. Metagross being the Pokemon it is, he definitely took an Earthquake. Just as one such a bad mom.
He
like
definitely took
Garchomp.
it, but then I made Metagross much less scary in that endgame. Metagross was a big.
Wouldn't have, I don't think Garchomp would have switched, especially if he had like any coverage to hit you like Ice Punch.
Right, but I'm pretty sure that with the combination of Rough Skin plus Earthquake, there was a chance I could have KO'd. I don't know the calc exactly, but I was really worried about weakness policy. I was super worried about weakness policy. And
we mentioned that.
Fair.
We mentioned Owen mentioned the Diet Tight, the weakness policy.
Diet Tight Slayer. It might happen to Matt.
The diff should have been higher. I think everyone can agree on that. But the important thing is the win was got. Vepsis is no longer undefeated. I will take it. Thank you to Owen and to Josh for coming on the channel and commentating this battle. I hope you guys all enjoyed it as viewers. If you did, let us know down below. We need as many comments as possible to be able to tell us what we are doing right and what we are doing wrong, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. And we're going to be trying to spread this out over multiple channels. It won't just be on mine. I think Owen mentioned he wants to do a couple on his channel as well. I don't know about Josh, but maybe.
Yeah, Owen and Jason are going to do one for mine.
Perfect. So yeah, having people experience more of this just helps us perfect it even more. So guys, viewers, watched it. It'd be absolutely huge use. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks again to our casters today, and I will see you all next time.